My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. We've got a pretty good run going on here. We've got our Corpse Light run, so that is...
Each improvement, a new variable in the equation of your fate.
Negative 20% to max HP, lower traveling heal, and weaken at the start of each combat for all of our characters. Also have the Lashing Tides available for increasing combat item stacking. And the preparation we need to do is for the Fator coming up. Thick Mud for extra movement resistance, and our goal is to keep the torch high. I do have Glimmers of Hope, and our reward will be a Mastery point. Speaking of Mastery, we do have 5 Mastery that we can spend before we go into the region, and I know that at least one of them needs to be spent on Bellow for the sake of removal of crit tokens from enemies. I mean, number one, Victor, why don't you just change your... Crush back to Rampart, thank you. And then secondarily, Victor, like, what is the upgrade for Courageous Ambition? Higher base damage and higher crit. The thing is, this also then gets amplified by not each token, but whether or not I have a token of each the types, block and block plus. It's a bit difficult to get just block as a token. Stand Fast gives you block plus after upgraded, bolster block plus. Defender, block plus. Rise of Pride, block plus. Catech Offering is being cast consistently, but the damage that it's dealing to us is almost negligible. So I really don't think that's a priority upgrade. Both of the Consecrations are priority upgrades, certainly. I could also see tagging in Sanctuary as especially effective just before the fight against Big Boy, Exemplar. We also picked up the Icon of Light near the very end of the last episode that is. This is the indelible trinket for the Vestal that if in rank 4, which our Vestal consistently will be, +2 to regen dealt. That's huge! Divine Comfort giving 5 regen for 3 turns to all of the members of the party. That's 60 health. Obviously a lot of it will not actually be utilized, but that's still really good. Do we have a fishing line? Just to check, do I have a fishing line here? Dang. If we had a fishing net, I could actually theoretically think about using the fishing line, the fishmonger's gloves, and the fishing net in order to get a bleed synergy off. At the very end of the last run, we also picked up... last episode, we picked up Misstep for extra max HP and lower damage. The only problem is Victor is probably getting a lot more survivability courtesy of the reverberating redoubt and the price of pride at the moment versus Misstep and Dark Impulse. I could actually see myself just giving up on Stained and Unforgettable trinkets just because of the amount of good indelible trinkets we have here that probably return consistently better outcomes for us. Okay, who else has a move that they need to have? Double Cross, I mean, I don't have the ability to set up vulnerability on targets consistently, and Double Cross is not actually something that the Ballard is often using, because I'm not actually often getting to that line. That said, Double Cross would also remove block from the target. That's pretty good. But I'm about to go to the Fator? That doesn't seem especially good in the Fator, at least. I can definitely see the world where I tag back in Wicked Slice just so I have Deathblow Resistance Piercing. So Highway Robbery already removes 2 positive tokens and steals it before it removes those tokens. In fact, it steals a token, then it removes 2 positive tokens. Upgrading it to be able to steal all 3 of those tokens instead? I mean, would it be nice? Yes. But is it often relevant? No. Open vein for extra possible bleed. I mean, I know Yellow Hand lowers the bleed resistance of enemies, but it's so small. Defender for more block plus targets, as well as an additional defense on the target that we actually provide it to. Pretty good. Is there any value in Demon's Pull? For trying to remove... No, because movement resistance is increased in the area with thick mud in the Fator. So I wouldn't even be guaranteed to be able to Demon's Pull the Ultra out of the back line in the Exemplar fight. That said, with Stand Fast, especially if I upgrade Stand Fast to be able to actually remove the combo token, but realistically, that doesn't actually matter that much. Stand Fast and having Defender will give us the ability pretty much to just control all of the aggro of the Exemplar in that fight. The main problem I end up possibly running into in that fight is if the Exemplar is capable of summoning multiple units, and those units consistently give regen back to the Exemplar, that's the worst case scenario for us. So how do I avoid that? Maybe combat items? I think I'm thinking far too far ahead right now, because I don't think my mastery is how I end up dealing with that anyway. That said, like, I want to master 3 things on Victor. Is that okay? Because I also want to get 2 on Abba. That said, I guess everyone else has had, like, a fair smattering more upgrades. Defend, stand fast, bellow, and we'll upgrade the Consecration of Fortitude and the Consecration of Light. Again, just because we haven't used them ridiculously commonly, the Consecration of Fortitude and the Consecration of Light, when they upgrade, instead of giving either a block or a dodge token, the Consecration of Fortitude gives a block plus or a dodge plus token, so significantly better outcome there. And the Consecration of Light gives a 10% chance to give a crit token instead of a strength token. 10%, right? I think it is 10%. 25%? That's a lot better. Let's start trying to fix some of the relationships in this party as well. Ballard, I believe, hates everyone except for Willow. And Willow and Abba love one another, but everyone else is having a pretty tough time. So, with a Whiskey Barrel with a 2/3 chance to increase relationships and 1/3 chance to reduce it, I think I want to use the Whiskey Barrel pretty quickly. Songbook of Touching Dirges as well would give 1 stress to the entire party, and then I can remove that stress afterwards with the Whiskey Barrel. In terms of food, oh wow, Holy Hymnal. I can use that 2 times. Oh my god. Can I stack those? If I can stack those, the final area is going to be hilarious. Oh, I really hope that's the case. I'm going to give the Impermeable Poultice to Victor for some resist. Ballard, you need to be fast for the sake of your Rat Skull effect. So we'll give you a Stimulating Poultice. Okay. With that, I have freed up the space to be able to actually purchase one of the Songbooks of Touching Dirges, giving some stress to the entire party. Oh, we actually crit on some bad relationships for positives there. That's great. Okay, we only got 1 negative there. That's basically about as good as it gets, is what I intended to say before I reverted to Goo Goo Gaga baby speak. Okay, it's just Ballard and Victor that strongly dislike one another now. Lazy Eye blocks Dartboard. And unfortunately, Ballard is one of them, the Lazy Eye, that is. There is the plus 10% crit token there. I could see dropping Clenching Claws. Apply to attacker when hit. And at round start, if your speed is equal to or lower than 2, 66% chance to gain a lock on your position. I mean, I can definitely see a world where we don't use the Reverberating Redoubt on Victor and instead we drop the Clenching Claws there. So that Victor... I mean, Victor already can't be moved, but then Victor also would not be able to let anyone else move. So right now, if Willow is in position 2 and wants to use Binding Shadows, she needs to displace Victor. And Binding Shadows is a lot of the time like a really good opportunity that I don't otherwise get to use. That seems like a minimal outcome though. Not a huge amount of upside to that outcome. Yeah. That said, like plus 10% crit, probably a lot better than a Clodding Craw for Willow right now.
Learn a little and begin again.
All right. Now, Wainwright. Extra stacking. Probably don't care about that.
The plating is patched. The coach stands ready once more.
Fully repair the Rhapstang. I mean, yeah, I don't need the trinkets to have such low prices right now, and I will swap those two.
Experimentation. Your academic instincts serve you well.
And that's actually really going to help us, because now Combat Salves can stack to 4. The Mineral Rich Spring Water can stack to 5. Bringing up a couple inventory slots for us. I'm gonna buy whiskey in order to try and get the worst relationships fixed. Like, very unfriendly. If I can make that just unfriendly, I think we'll actually be fine. This friendly relationship is already enough for a 100% positive, so I don't need to adjust it past that point. Oh my god, everyone loves Willow. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get just positive relationships. As long as I can fix Ballard and Victor. Come on, crit. Damn. That said, unfriendly, we have a 0% chance for a negative relationship right now. Hell yeah. Any other slight modifications I can do? I could get some food. And by some food, I mean I can get a food. How important is debuff resistance? I'm going to project that debuff resistance in this next area is worthwhile. I think I'm going to give Willow the apples and cheese. As much as I want to give it to Victor instead, Victor also does not want to increase their speed at all right now, courtesy of the Reverberating Redoubt. So Ballard and Willow will be the Fed among us. And I think we're ready to go. I think that's all that could possibly be written. All right, let's head out.
The tainted crop continues to spread its tendrils of rot and pestilence.
Oh, is that? No. Of course, we're one short of the full party relationship because there's no chance for the Victor and Ballard relationship. Amorous.
While the heart still beats,
Desire will never die.
Hopeful. Another amorous. Another hopeful.
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
And the third member voted off of the Survivor tribe? Hopeful. Hopeful also gives, oh gosh, the Divine Comfort gives the 5 regen to the entire party, as well as -1 stress to Ballard. Highway Robbery removes stress from Abattoth. I mean, honestly, all of these skills have things, and it's going to be relevant whether or not you use them, blah, 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 blah. I could stand there for a minute and summarize all of those effects, but also, the only important ones are the ones we're actually going to be using in battle consistently. So, I feel like those will make themselves apparent at the time.
And abhorrent.
Okay, so the most aggressive path I can take here is the... left? The right is very unknown, but it does have a hospital. Unfortunately, I don't have much money. I could head to the Watchtower, which everyone kind of wants to go to. And, you know, that would scout something for us. That would give us a lot of future things. The only thing is there is another Watchtower in the future after the lair. So unless this Watchtower scouts out a bunch of really great stuff over on the right-hand side, there is an Oblivion's Ingress on the left, which rewards mastery and trinkets. There's a academic's desk before it, with academic study with a familiar desk, and a resistance encounter afterwards. An academic study with a shambler's altar? I mean, you know how we do with those, right? One hesitation in my heart is that if I go to the Watchtower, I give everyone +1 speed until the next inn, which then invalidates Victor's Reverberating Redoubt extra speeds. That said, like +1 speed, it would be +1 speed and then another +1 speed, so +2 speed to the entire party. Fine. Fine. Let's do it. Fine, I'm not scared, you're scared. I'm terrified. Not of any bad outcome, just that I might have been able to get more positive outcomes in a different fashion. If I use Highway Robbery here, I can steal your crit token and make it my crit token instead. That said, leaves Abattoth out of position. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Ooh, a little bit of relationship fixing there, love it. Oh, I'd love to yell your crit tokens off. Oh, that'd be so good. I can yell one of them, the urchins. This Sackstab would have to crit something fierce to still not be able to do anything to the enemy in this instance. So, Chaotic Offering instead. Get ready for Amnesis. Jump. Gruesome Reflection for 2 damage. It is time. Divine Comfort for 5 regen to the entire party, as well as 1 stress recovered. Oh boy, it's so good.
Only upon each other.
Yeah, I'd really like to have like a bunch of block. That just seems like it'd be a fun time. So let's stand fast. Gain 2 block plus and another block plus at the start of each turn. Price of Pride can also buff up our block plus amount as well. Oh, without a bellow, we're actually going to see the other side of the urchin.
Stupendous.
There we go. Honestly, not that much stress. There's Amnesis. Giant bleeds on everyone. I mean, I could use a mineral-rich spring water in advance if I just really wanted to. Actually, it's not a bad idea. I will use that.
A calculated generosity, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Consec of Fortitude again for the front line. The fight's basically over as long as I don't take too much damage. Quick yell at him. More stress off the party. 0 damage, filthy morsel. Love to see it. I mean, it gave me a block back as well. So Open Vein will remove some stress from Willow. If Willow, of course, has any stress to remove. That's enough to make the urchin bleed out.
Empowered, emboldened.
That'll do it. Oh, I actually could have used that on the position of Ballard there in order to remove the stress. I forgot about it, but that is one of the effects of our Vestal coin.
Still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
I mean, obviously I'm gonna discard the most well-worn of those relics, the Sacrificial Host. But yes, the Icon of the Light also gives the target of Consecration skills negative stress. Everyone's low stress and positive relationships causing them to contribute positively.
The fog is parted. Our way is made clear.
Ooh. Okay, that additional information actually opened up a couple things here. Specifically, there is an Oblivion's Ingress that leads into another Oblivion's Ingress. If I just really want to go for it, and I do. Absolutely ham it up. And can't sleep, awful food, worst company. What are you saying, Victor? Everyone here loves you. Except for Blood, but they'll come around. Ooh, are you an upgraded butcher or a default butcher?
Do you hear the child's cries?
Defaults. Oh, that's a lot of weak tokens, unfortunately, that I gotta work my way through. 30% crit chance is not bad, though. And in fact, if it did hit as a 30%, it would kill that livestock. That said, the correct play here is to get ready to bleed him, I guess. What do you think you're gonna move in? Absolutely not. His move resist is 155. Second Fortitude. And then, do I want to yell at him? No. Roll Defender on the second line target. And have all of the defense.
Incremental, but deadly all the same.
I'm gonna go for opening a vein here, because, yes. I can now... Oh no, I'm not even that likely to do that. Fine, I will go with Amnesis. I was gonna try and get more unchecked power tokens, but they're not actually necessary as much as I just want them. There we go. Two down, and the butcher's blind. Tries to strike Ballard and gets hit back for their trouble. I don't have any reason to be terrified of the Harvest Child, do I? I can't think of one. Oh! Okay, that's Black Phillip, and they're ordained. I should focus almost exclusively on that unit until it's dead. Yeah, you got a lot of health, don't you? That's gonna make this difficult.
Let us take a closer look at the thing, as repulsive as it is.
I can defend Willow. Alright then. I'll use Chaotic Offering. Oh, we get a taunt token as well. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be defending Willow, obviously. Six damage through that crit. Instead of the 23 it wanted to be. And obviously it didn't manage to move our target. I mean, about as good as it gets. Divine Comfort this early? Black Phillip has another turn. Yeah, Divine Comfort this early then. Burning Stars for 12 to 18 on Black Phillip. Nice, 25% chance for the crit, and it hits.
Development.
Hopeful. This hopeful relationship has given a bunch of resistances to Abba in the back line. And sure. I'll gain another block token and some more riposte.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Certainly no problem doing that. I think I'll stand fast here on the front line as well. And Consecration of Light, I think I need damage more. Whoop. Thankfully we weren't moved there. Inhuman Appetites ate the corpse and has enabled a powerful skill. Maybe I should try and open that vein. Sure.
Any being, however horrid, can be brought to heel.
Sick crit for the insta-kill there. Okay, Denikart, what's the worst you can do? So you are currently in positions 2 and 3. So you could do Bilious Mortar to our back line, or you could regurgitate to both of our front line. You even still have a move that I've never seen. I'm gonna defend the Vestal, because if you hit both of the frontliners, the defense that I provided there is not actually going to help anyone. And instead, put down a Consecration of Fortitude on the very front line. Your turn. Yeah, there's Bilious Mortar. One of them gives a riposte, and the other one got guarded. Oh, that's a crit token. Love to see these. Oh my god. Speaking of loving to see crit tokens.
Excellent work.
The Burning Stars. Excellent. Bumper crop. Oh, that actually might be what we want to use for the final area. I was about to say, none of this stuff looks like it's actually going to be relevant to us, but I legitimately could see actual value out of taking the bumper crop. Extra max HP, extra lower death blow resist, but that's fine. I've got so much party management. Yeah, I love it. That's actually incredible for us. Really good.
The harvest is here.
Concerningly
Pity
good.
those with a place at the table.
There's our offering. Fortitude for the front line because they haven't acted yet. And theoretically could get tacked multiple times here.
Victory supposes strategy. Press on.
Oh no. He's hungry. Oh no, he's so hungry.
Empowered. Emboldened.
And the damage is way higher, and the chance of bleed is... Well, I guess this does guarantee the bleed, so what? Lowest possible end? This is 3 and another 6 damage? 9? Is that worth 10% extra crit chance? Or actually, do I Duelist's Advance, give myself another dodge? Because I don't have to worry about it changing our position at this point. Sure. See, now you know what it's all about. I mean, Divine Comfort's better the earlier it comes out, but Consecration of Light on this space
Cooperation is the key.
has given us a crit token. Wow. I can use Rampart to try and rectify some party positioning here. I like that, actually.
Bravo!
Oh, nice! By knocking that enemy back, I have changed their turn cycle, as now they need to use Maws of Life.
Violence, then apply it judiciously.
They need to use the Sapid to move forwards and then Maw of Life to get back away. Unfortunately, I may have actually preferred them where they previously were. That's okay, I'm gonna Duelist Advance again.
Conclusion.
Similar reasoning as last time. Also, I'm very fine killing one of these fetid meats. I mean, I'm not going to get as many opportunities as I might otherwise like to use Burning Stars, so I think I should just drop it for 27. Oh god, the hunger! Really getting us.
Steady yourself.
I'm gonna use mineral-rich spring water
Help
first,
impeccably timed.
and then get our Divine Comfort out for the 5 regen for every character. Oh yeah. Open Vein for the possibility of, well, for the guarantee of 4 bleed for 3 turns. Yeah, I like that. Unfortunately, our occultist has decided that the aroma is too important. Alright. Moving myself forward with Rampart. Changing the positioning back. Because I can't throw any Burning Stars from rank 1. Oh, I'm blinded at the moment. Still managed to strike and still managed to burn.
Measured and steady.
Oh no, we're all hungry now. Thankfully, Maws of Life did not try and bleed. Burning Stars gets the monster on death's door. No, the aroma! It's overwhelming! Stop eating! Thankfully, I still have the ability to use Divine Grace. I'm also going to use Mineral Rich Spring Water on myself. Divine Grace to the back line. There we go.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Some laudanum as well. Love it.
The loathing abates.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff I can just junk here. Raven's Reach, Axe Horde. I don't really care about kitchen knives either. Trinket prices, I do want to be able to swap that in if I want to just be able to suddenly use it and then throw it away. Extra location scouting is obviously not going to be very relevant. Have I used any of my combat items? I guess I've used some. Just not enough to free up a stack of anything. I really can't imagine myself wanting to use a stained and unforgettable trinket over the top of any of the stuff I have. It feels tough to do this because Victor would literally have like 100 HP or something like that between the misstep and the bumper crop. And that doesn't change Victor's effectiveness at all. Actually, those are probably a lot better in the final fight. It's also extra stress resist. Because like Price of Pride is, sure, it's extra block tokens. Reverberating Redoubt probably doesn't matter at that point, though. That much HP. It's a lot. It's very impactful. Do I then give up instead on the Fisherman's Net Dream? It's the perfect possible setup for it. I don't want to give up on that dream. I could get rid of the Nightmare's End. Lower trinket prices, but like, what is the chance I'm gonna want to sub that on for one purchase at the very end? Not high. Also, with our stress management in this area, Whittling and Book of Bawdy Tales are probably pretty easy to get rid of as well.
A simple choice. At least it should be.
Yeah, I have to take the left one here. It's 2 loathing we pick up, unfortunately. But then we immediately have 2 encounters where we can remove it.
The loathing whispers.
One here, and those are both Oblivion Ingresses, which give huge rewards.
The value of such a view is matched only by its unsettling awfulness.
Everyone wants to go out of the, in the other direction. No, we're going to the Ingress, buddy. Buddies.
Emptiness and dissolution have wormed their way into the world.
Ballard, you can fix 2 relationships for the price of none by just going into this combat. Oh, that's... I don't like this, I don't like this setup.
Any being, however however horrid, can be brought to heel.
Love being missed.
Cunning. You may outwit them yet.
Okay. I'm going to use Bolster to remove the weakness of those two characters. I'm going to give Clotting Powders to Willow. Chaotic Offering. Sorry, to Victor. Willow will use the offering. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That Daze is going to force us to only be able to take out the altar at the end of the next round. I was really hoping for something a little earlier. I think an early Divine Comfort makes a bunch of sense. Especially given the damage that I'm currently undertaking. I could use Highway Robbery to take away a Block Plus token, as well as a block token from the Evangelist. Sure. Oh no! 2 of our positives just got destroyed. And one of them was the riposte that I wanted to do. Yes. Bloodbond's bleed is resisted, and the Clotting Cruel gives us some extra health for our troubles. Divine Grace to heal both Willow and Abba at the same time. Excellent. I now have some time to actually roll Defender on the back line, and da-ba-da-ba-da. Burning Stars ignores defense, strikes the altar, and sets up a combo. In fact, I can get 2 unchecked power by killing that next turn. Oh, but Duelist Advance could leave me stuck. Standing in a position I don't want to be. Fine. Use Open Main. So Sacrificial Stab here will trigger combo and also kill a target, so I'll have 3 stacks of unchecked power. And I get another one at the start of the next turn. I don't think I can get more than 3, actually.
Measure out your violence.
Thankfully,
and apply it judiciously.
the hit that was intended for our Vestal got distracted. I'm gonna yell at you all. I would rather you all be very slow.
You may outwit them yet.
Give a Consec of Light for some extra damage to our Occultist. Oh, I'm taking that crit token from you, buddy. That's it's looking a lot like my crit token, actually, there, buddy. As long as it's gone, I get the Block Plus token instead, though. Time for Amnesis. That's a lot of damage and a lot of bleed, and that's enough to kill the backline Herald. Hell yeah. Do I want to try and daze that Herald? Unfortunately, I don't have Bellow to try and remove its crit token. Yeah, I'll daze it. So it's acting at the end of the round. Consecration of Fortitude on our front. Yeah, I guess the daze didn't really matter at all. That's fine. Get that tracks. bit of aim in that guy.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
The Evangelist will die at the very start of their turn. I still have access to Divine Grace for some big healing shared across the body. Herald can only use Burst Trumpet
to action.
and Disharmony from that position. I'm gonna try and move the corpse. Dang, if that corpse had moved behind, that would have been very helpful. Alas. Oh! All I wanted to do was force them to use Clarion's Call, so the fact that they did it, unprompted, is actually all that is needed here. Far and away more than is needed, in fact. I think it's time for a healing salve. Right. Yeah, even Divine Grace Plus can target right now, but unfortunately I don't have...
A small foundation of trust.
Unfortunately it's not off cooldown. Look. I could use the Divine Grace, but no one gets a turn to actually trigger their regen, so I might as well just strike the enemy dead with the Judgment. Extra debuff resistance and lower damage per negative token. Legitimately, that would actually also be a pretty good first trinket. Get rid of the Sacrificial Host again. Because I don't need more stress resist, really. Victor uses Bolster as the stress healing tool, so if they're stressed, they're often already dealing with it. So that would give 20% extra debuff resistance while sitting there in the front line. And sure, it gives lower damage per negative token, but that doesn't matter. We don't do damage.
When deliberation is exhausted, trust your instincts.
Yeah, I can only get to the Shambler's Altar if I go to the Oblivion's Ingress here, rather than the alternative of the Resistance encounter on the right side.
Clergy of the spreading stain.
And then the Creature Den afterwards that I would have wanted to do. I don't have the ability to cut back over to the Shambler's Altar after that. Sturdy enemies, extra max HP, and less chance to move them. Ooh, should I highway robbery immediately? The Evangelist does have a crit token. I'm already incentivized to bellow. Yeah, I think I'm already incentivized enough to bellow that I want to do a Duelist Advance instead. Also because I would love to get Divine Grace off on turn 1 here. A lot of weakness. Another Clotting Powder. I'd love to use Consecration of Fortitude immediately on the front line, but Divine Comfort needs to start early. So does everything else, but given the spread of health on the characters, I felt like this is the appropriate decision. And now I get to remove 2 dodge tokens as well as a crit token at the same time. Even rolled stun chances and slowed down enemy characters as well. It's all great. I'll take aim to remove my blindness as well as gain some crit tokens, speed tokens, and a dodge token. It's fine, I don't intend to actually attack the enemies, so totally okay with me. I'm gonna go with the Consecration of Fortitude on the front line, rather than going Consecration of Light this turn, and the large reason for that is because while I am blinded, I think I'm gonna want to just use a sack stab, rather than risking Amnesis not being able to hit here. So there goes my weaken and my blindness, and also the crit or strength token I would have gotten, so much preferred. Stand fast for some more Block Plus tokens.
Hold fast, for who knows what lurks in the beyond.
Okay. Amnesis can only be used from positions 1 and 2, so I don't want to move back. Which means I'm well within Wicked Slice territory.
Bravo!
Still weakened. Well, it's fine. Amnesis is not
Malaise,
all about damage
measured and steady.
as much as it is about the bleed it inflicts. I can do it again next turn, in fact. That's a pretty good reason to bolster here, removing the weakness from that position. So now a Consecration of Light there removes the stress and sets up a target that is going to be deeply problematically effective here. Good lord, can we stop just exclusively? Okay.
Excellent work.
Amnesis time.
A lesson taught.
Really can't hit
is a
that
lesson
backline
learned.
at all. Good lord. So with Conviction 3 stack, Divine Grace is heal for 50%.
A small foundation of trust.
And of course it has additional healing because of the relationship, and also additional healing because of the relationship exclusively. Yep. Legitimately, I'm going to hit you with Rampart, because doing so will give you Weaken before you strike this turn. And also guarantees that unit's never attacking again. My gosh, the miasma. Let's open a vein for the sake of the stress
May
of
outlive
Willow.
them yet.
All right. Both of the evangelists are going to go down. I think I will throw another healing cell back. Well, do I? Divine Grace is available next turn. No, cooldown is 1 for 2 turns in a row. So it's not available next turn. And then we bellow. Pouch of Lie. Now I can actually reach you. Oh, and you didn't want to see that happen, did you? Love it.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
I actually could have just turned that down. I didn't want either of those. Strange Sapper and Dark Impulse. Goodbye. Also, I think I started freeing up some of my item slots. Yes, Willow is capable of taking a different combat item at this point, and I do need to keep the torch high, but I've been keeping it high, and I'm about to take another battle that will continue to keep it high. Milk Soaked. Yeah, let's actually have you not blinded all the time. Seems like that could be useful. Wait, was that was my second Ingress? Woof.
Voracious and decadent, the landowners and peasants alike descended into an orgy of consumption.
That's fine. There's other characters who try and blind us, I'm sure.
Pity a soul so twisted by despair.
I mean, thankfully, this isn't disagreement. Some people want to leave, some people want to stay, but no one's getting angry at anyone else about it. Oh, another Black Phillip! Gotta get him as quickly as possible here. The light, it's 1 too high, now Ballard is no strong. Yep. Ooh, didn't move him though. That did. As much as I would love to do something else right now, this is clear case of Defender on rank 2. Ram's Feast. And defeating time. Annoyingly, despite that defense, they did manage to deposition me. I'm going to move the Vestal back manually so that it only takes 1 duelist's advance to put myself back in a reasonable position. Right. As much as I want to just drop Blazing Stars on Black Phillip, they act twice around. How do I justify not doing that? Is there a way to justify not doing that? I don't think so. Oh, 12 to 18 and we roll 12? That's the lowest number! Thank you for that token, legitimately. I'm gonna yell at you all, removing the crit token from the back, as well as setting up a stun on the livestock. Love that. Abattoth, now being in position 4, is comfortable using Divine Comfort for 5 regen on all characters. Put thou service to the test. Tie a napkin round your neck, Sherry, and we'll provide the rest. Yeah. Can't bellow that one off. But I can highway robbery it all off. Yoink. Come on, Ed. Kill him! Oh no! That did kill. I would have gotten 2 unchecked power tokens for it.
The key.
Alas, that said, Is it still worth risking the possibility of killing Black Velvet with just a rampart here? I think so. Yep. Because that robs it of 2 actions there.
For who knows what lurks in the beyond.
Must you crit our Blackline like this? Casual Self-Divine Grace.
Agony by accumulation.
Ease.
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
That's 12 blight for 5 turns on our backline. Wow, I really let that build up, hey? Why don't you have a healing salve about it? And with only 2 units left on the field, I'm gonna try and take many more of our stressed recovery actions. 12 to 18, I rolled 12, letting that unit live. Nope, I'm not letting you act. Die. Pouch of Lie clears the final corpses and reveals the target to our open vein.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Giant stress heals and heals. And yeah, I mean, like, it ultimately did go okay, I guess. Galvanizing Gauntlet for +1 to Blight dealt, as well as stress resist when you are on high HP. High HP, right? Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna throw that away. Immediately. And Ballard, you now have an open slot. I mean, yeah. Why not throw crow's feet at the enemy party? So the next fight we enter will be the Shambler. I want to take a moment to consider proper skill sets. I mean, having access to the Milk Soak Linen makes a bunch of sense. Having access to a Healing Salve is nice. Mineral Rich Spring Water, similar. Abatoth, you don't have any movements that just move you backwards, right? No. And unfortunately, Ministrations, while it would allow me to remove certain effects from the enemy, sorry, from our certain DOTs and tokens from our units. I just don't think it's more impactful than any of the other things I have tagged. Ballard, you've got Duelist Advance to try and move you into the position you want to be in. Victor Rampart, Willow, Binding Shadows. Yeah? Yeah, it's getting there, certainly. Ratskull has the possibility of locking Ballard in position when I don't want Ballard to be locked in position, though. So maybe I should drop the Ratskull for the upcoming combat and take the Shimmering Crown instead. So I just lose my 3 stress when entering the fight. And then I can just sub the Ratskull back in later. Victor, your reverberating redoubt is not necessary right now. It's a small amount of damage to the attacker on hit. So that means... I mean... There's a world where I could try and sub-clench? No. I think Clotting Craw for bleed resist on Victor. Actually, maybe bleed resist on Willow. Victor is also stressed out by bleeding. And then I will swap the Rat Skull for Shimmering Crown, I think. There's also the Fisherman's Line. We do have a serrated item. And the enemy does get riposted consistently in fights like this. Yeah, okay. Okay. I think that might be the best I can prepare. Let's get him. Abattoth, it wishes to show me something. I know it. Why don't you get lost in time and space?
A star-spawned child of the infinite void.
Annoyingly, the only position where I can't do the move I wanted to do. Remarkable. Okay, I'm gonna throw Crow's Feet,
An opportunity
removing a dodge from the target.
squandered.
Yeah, it's fine. Taking aim right now I don't think makes that much sense. Gives me a bunch of tokens that I can't really do anything with. They resist the bleed, but they do get debuffed. Here I'm going to use Binding Shadows to move forward. Excellent. Rampart will be available from the backline. No, Rampart is not available from the backline, apparently. But the Man-at-Arms, I think, can move forward 2 spaces at a time? It's probably more important to activate Divine Comfort or one of the Consecrations than it is to worry about the Man-at-Arms turn here. Victor, that is. Yeah, I'm gonna drop Consecration of Light on the second line. Annoyingly, right before a target that doesn't really care about that moves to that position. Undulating Withdrawal, we get blighted. Man, Ballard, I would love you to be able to do all the things right now. Anyway. Taunted. That's tough. I strongly suspect that a Divine Comfort now is going to end up being significantly more impactful than the Consecration of Fortitude.
Collaboration confers advantage.
I'm going to drop the healing salve backwards and then ramp up forwards, and then my party positioning is going to be fixed, finally. Ooh, we managed to daze one of them. Glorious lament. Well, my party positioning is basically as fixed as I was capable of making in that period of time. Another crow's feet to all of the enemies. That bleed is... you are dazed. Okay. I haven't really been doing damage to the Shambler, and one thinks maybe I would benefit from doing that at some point. There is a combo set up on our Vestal, so I definitely think I can see the utility in dropping a defender on her. I would be able to use Burning Stars from this position. And I do get another unchecked power at the start of a future turn, so I really do want to use them. They're burning a hole in my pocket. And I learned in the Occultist's Past the correct way to use these is on the Shambler. 24 damage, especially when they're vulnerable. Wriggling Feast for a bunch of tokens there. That's fine, because... excellent. Use a mineral-rich spring water, and then have Abba move backwards. Okay, that 4 bleed is enough, and the back target Shambler tentacle, it's not yet. Fine. And also try and hit the Shambler directly. I don't want to move forward. It's possible that I want to use a Willow's move forward attack, Binding Shadows. So then the only move that would be reasonable for me would be attempting to bleed the Shambler. Fine. Big bleed. I only need to do 3 damage to that Shambler's tentacle in order to guarantee that both of the enemy Shambler's tentacles die before their turn. But then the thing is, the Shambler itself is going to act after them, and the very first attack will revive both of them. Is that worth the expenditure of these tokens? Yes. Give him a bollocking. Still love that that's a line. Getting back to the frontline position would give me the ability to have Amnesis for the next load of enemies. Alternatively, Burning Stars on the Shambler. No, I will go for the Divine... Sorry, for the Binding Shadows here, rather.
A steady subtraction, an invariable result.
There's new Shamblers. Thinking about a Bellow, admittedly. If I can slow them all down, I can get the bleed guaranteed off on all of them before they have their turn. Consecration of Fortitude comes out. think it's totally appropriate at this point to take aim. Dodge, 2 crit tokens, and some speed for the next round. Protecting our Vestal in the back line, I think, still seems most appropriate. So Defender there. And now it's time for the... Oh my god, we did get a crit token from it as well. Hell yeah. Amnesis. Crits and bleeds all targets. Both of those Shamblers are going to die at their turn. Next turn, never mind. One of those Shamblers is going to die on its next turn. A bit of aim. Even more bleed? Love it. I'm gonna use my final mineral-rich spring water here so that I can start using some of my other combat items. And nuke the Shambler's Tentacle for 12 damage. We get an additional action because I'm bleeding, and that has moved our cooldown forward, so now I can use Divine Comfort from the back position for 5 regen on all characters. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I think I will actually take the opportunity to use Chaotic Offering again.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
Yell at him for the case of speed in the next round.
The smallest variable can make all the difference.
That's an advancement, and I would say it were obdurate. Why'd that Shambler's Tentacle lose its bleed? What happened? Even if I don't want it to be super verbose because it would go against the spirit of the game, I really wish there was a combat log so I could understand some of the interactions that otherwise I sometimes have a difficulty with. Consecration of Light. Crit, 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 crit. Oh, never mind, I get my own judgment. That Bodkin gave another turn, I love it. Alright, Amnesis time.
Well done.
Ooh, and it crits on the big bad. You're already going down to the ground. I don't really have that much I can do. Guess I could have bellowed for the possible stun.
Measure out your violence and apply it judiciously.
Oh, critting straight through it.
Another impediment, cleared with impunity.
It only makes sense for the Burning Star. Oh, the enemy dodge. Burning Star! Dang. I guess Rampart's gonna have to be how you kill him. Could have tried to wait for a DOT kill and lost to stress,
The
but
spoils, an artifact of unparalleled power.
the possible downside there could have been ridiculous. We get 2 otherworldly fragments for Blight and Burn on targets. Greater Wolf's Blood for 6 extra speed, just in case I want to keep a character fast. And From Beyond, extra death blow and debuff resistance per stress. We also get 2 mastery and Fill Our Flame. Now, the fact that I went into that fight, which lowered our flame to 0 for that fight, does that count as invalidating our goal? It does not. Cool. Good to know. Okay. Toxic Ichor. I don't think I need that. However, Rat Skull instead of the Fisherman's Line. We've got a bunch of empty slots, so there's some laudanum. There's some otherworldly fragments. You can hold some glimmers of hope. And thinking about the Wolf's Blood instead of Clenching Claws for Ballard. And then on Victor, instead of the Greater Clotting Cruer, Clenching Claws. Because you are attacked very commonly. Not only for being at the front of the party, but also because you defend other characters. So I think it makes it a lot easier to justify using that on you. Man, I'd love to have other things that I'm comfortable throwing away at the moment, but I don't. Do I have to change anything coming out of that fight? No, not really. Alright. It's good. It's a good run. I don't foresee the Exemplar being too much of an issue for us at all. Wow, really? Hopefully I can bellow before either of those crit holders gets their turn. Yikes.
A brilliant conclusion.
Yep, I can bellow before either of those crit holders get their turn. Yay. Oh, I can't use Bolster on turn 1, unfortunately. That's fine. A 5-turn Divine Comfort will get us back in a comfy position pretty quickly. Ooh. Sack Stab to kill the Firemouth. Yeah.
A promising development.
Preventing a turn is about one of the most efficient turns you can have.
Collaboration confers advantage. No crits!
One of them just casually crit regardless, that would have been funny. I could get another dodge token if I wanted to use another duelist's advance. Seems reasonable to me. I love dodge tokens. I'm gonna drop the Consecration of Light on the second line, seeing if I get a crit token. I do not get a crit token, that's fine. Seven to 14 on the damage range, and we roll 14. Can't be sad about that. I would like to use Bolster for the -2 stress right now. Can I really justify that when there's a combo on one of the targets that doesn't have that much HP? Nope. No, I cannot. There's the finishing blow. Shell Shock and our riposte. Another finishing blow. Oh, we stunned him with the Clenching Claws. Love it. One down. Oh, wow. You healed 5 stress off of them. That's absurd. Really good. Quite powerful. Consecration of Fortitude for the front line. Another stress off.
empowered, emboldened.
Let's yell at him. No crit tokens and no speed for y'all. I think this is fine, right?
Easily dispatched.
Another target down. Hey! I'll have to count that one as fine.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Clandestine cloak that I don't imagine I'll end up using either. And that was a road fight, so ooh, Oasis. Nothing hardly wrong with an Oasis. Willow, can you just quickly collect all of the mineral-rich spring water for us, thank you? Alright, what else can I throw away now? I really don't see myself ending up using the Shimmering Crown at all. Alright. Could go to the Hoarder, and I would have the ability to buy basically any relic that I like. But do I want to? I can remove my final loathing by cutting over to the rampart at the end. Sure, let's go to the Hoarder. This also gives me an opportunity to possibly pick up some more holy water or any of the interactables that I think are going to help us against the Hoarder.
Wheels askew, coach limping. Be prudent.
I will. Don't you worry about that. I got prudence for days. Greek fire grenade. A cursed coin. Extra damage per positive token. And highway robbery gives 2 That's really good. Blood? Rat Skull is where a lot of the crit tokens are coming from. Undeserved commendation for the Man-at-Arms if in rank 2. You get additional bonuses. Rank 1 is bad for you though, no, so we don't want to do that. Gain on resistances, lower stress, no. Gain when hit regen, also don't really... Nope. There's no fishing net here either. So really this comes down to whether or not I want the cursed coin for the highwayman. Extra damage per positive token means that, like, after I use, you know, after I use Duelist's Advance, for instance, I have 20% extra damage, rather. 3 riposte tokens and 1 dodge token. It's not per unique token, it's per positive token. Highway robbery, of course, is another way to invalidate the enemy tokens as well as give me a ridiculous amount of tokens, all of them quite good. Does the body of work generate positive tokens for itself? It steals our tokens occasionally, but I don't know if it generates positive tokens consistently over the course of the fight. Will I always want to be faster than it? Being faster than it is a way for me to get crit. And this is... I don't think I think I can drop the rat skull for the cursed coin and be pretty happy about it. I could even drop the other one for the cursed coin and be pretty happy about that too. I'm gonna take the cursed coin. It's also going to be very helpful come the... what's the word I'm looking for here? The... What's his name? The buddy. Exemplar fight. Yeah, that's a lot better, I think. Free crit tokens are really nice, though. 12 speed on Aber. I really like being faster than Aber on Ballard so that I can actually move forward, and then Aber can use Divine Comfort relatively early on comfortably. I think I have so many crit tokens that this is fine to do. All right. And that helped us spend a lot of our inventory slots down by throwing away some baubles here. I want to pre-buy pipeweed or impermeable poultice for the next area. Impermeable poultice isn't an awful idea, actually. Map shows me I've only got the thing left. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna get 2 copies of impermeable poultice. This is particularly impactful in... Oh, I also got pipeweed, I guess. The impermeable poultice is going to be especially impactful in the second phase of the boss fight. I'll drop the stress resist for another space.
The flickering torch you bear.
All right. Do I have anything else I want to do to set up for this? Token stealing, Bellow. Abba, you were considering possibly tagging in Sanctuary? To defend an additional target who might have combo on them? I'm gonna tag that on. And Victor, you don't care about... Well, Rampart is a position fixer for you, but we're not going to need a position fixer. Courageous Abandon was your tool for possibly trying to end the fight. Great. Willow, you don't need to change. You're perfect as you are. Abba, you already have. Ballard. I think we're set. Let's get into it. Wait, hang on. I don't remember what the torch is, but I do remember there is one other change I wanted to quickly make, and that is Holy Water wants to be tagged in. Blindness. I'll probably end up using the otherworldly fragments in this fight. So I think instead of laudanum, I will have mineral-rich spring water on the Vestal, and now we're ready. Let's go.
Loathing made manifest.
Loathing made magnificent. The altar's speed is 9. Our occultist's speed is 8. If the occultist can act faster than the altar in the next round, I might actually be able to kill it, in which case dropping another Worldly Fragment on it seems reasonable. The only problem is the only way that I get to do that is if Willow uses Chaotic Offering on turn 1 and then Burning Stars on turn 2 relatively early. Without Stimulants, I can't guarantee that I actually outspeed the altar. Is it worth trying if I can't guarantee it? So annoyingly, I can't highway rob it. It resisted both debuffs from the otherworldly fragment. I'm probably not going to be able to take it out. I'll use Duelist Advance here. I'm looking for Consecration of Light on our occultist's space. Enter a cowardice, that's really annoying. Is that for the entire battle? I hope that's not for the entire battle, otherwise... Yeah, like I can crit you for 21, but you're gonna just regen all of that before I can really do anything else, so I'm gonna Chaotic Offering first instead.
Rapture its beauty.
I don't want to use Stand Fast right now because I would like to be able to use that to clear a combo token. I think I roll Defender on Willow. Yeah, that's fine. Because while, oh yeah, the altar, wait, the altar goes next and then Willow. With a crit token and a strength token? I think I can actually take that altar out. I'm gonna try and hit it with another Worldly Fragment again, just in case it needs a little bit of extra damage. Move Willow back to the final position. Now this is specifically important. Sorry, Willow Abbatoth back to the final position. This is specifically important. Abba does have combo, but is in the final position. The Exemplar has Prelude, which can reach the 4th position and sets up combo on that target, but the Fall, which is the thing that is activated by combo, you have to target someone who has combo, cannot target position 4. Which means Willow is actually safe there. A Consecration of Fortitude on our front line. As much as I would love to get a Divine Comfort out as soon as possible here, I really feel like this is the key. Give me a lot more access to my Divine Graces in the future, which we may need. There's the Bone Weaving. Burning Stars for 41 damage. That'll take out the altar, and it takes out the altar before it can get sacrificed by the boss. Beauty.
Empowered, emboldened.
I can use Bolster to remove the weakness from myself, which I guess will matter eventually when I try to use Courageous Abandon. I want to keep Stand Fast for the ability to clear a combo. So it's just difficult to use it earlier than I otherwise would have wanted to. That's it, I can just refresh some of our tokens. Prelude gets dodged and responded to. I mean, yeah, take aim. That's a bunch of positive tokens. This is pretty much exactly what I wanted to see. We're on low enough HP that I can use all 3 of our conviction charges for 50% extra healing. Prelude, dodge, crit and response, sets up a combo and debuffs the enemy's bleed resist. Rage is abandoned for almost no damage on the enemy, that makes a bunch of sense. Unfortunately, they still haven't done anything that I can really respond to in the way that I would like. Should I bellow at them? Yeah, I guess that's fine. Slows them down for sure. Let's crit you for 21, as well as healing the unit in front and de-stressing the unit behind.
Excellent work.
Open vein crit for 10 bleed as well. Aber, you've moved out of position. That's kind of awkward, so I'll just move you back. I got a crit token. Oh, yay. So I'm going to drop the Burning Stars for 27 on the Exemplar here.
A breakthrough.
And... oh, next turn... I won't have access to it, dang. Thought I was going to have another one accessed next turn. Alas. Here I get the opportunity to actually refresh the defender.
This is no time
If-
to falter.
Don't kill Willow with the DOT at the very start of this turn. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be real sad. It's ABBA as well, so I'm going to be so sad because I've been wrong about who it is as well. I cannot tell you how held my breath was.
Self-reliance is a rare and wonderful thing.
Chaotic Offering to get ready. Oh, I love a good taunt there. Hey, finally! Prelude has actually managed to target and give combo to Victor in the front line. Hell yeah! I think it's time to stand fast. With the enemy's HP pool where it is, I think I may use Holy Water to actually remove the combo and all of the other effects from Willow in the back line, and then also stand fast. No combo to target. Prelude tries to set up though. I'm going to take aim to gain some dodge, just in case that helps me avoid the follow-up here. Which I both fear and definitely understand is 100% about to happen. Divine Grace again. There's the fall, and it gets dodged.
Cooperation is the key.
And that will now give me the ability to roll Defender on the target that has combo on them instead. And Willow just needs to use Blazing Stars for 61 damage! Burning Stars, rather, for 61 damage on the Exemplar. Prelude comes out again. Really? The Exemplar is clearly correctly analyzing the threat level of this battlefield, which is to say that without Abattoth, this would not be working. Oh, I mean, of course. Of course I'm gonna finish you with the Burning Stars.
Past is gone. Let it die.
Stained item is equipped. Negative 30% damage at round end for one battle. No. I mean, I'll take all, but I'm gonna end up leaving a lot of this.
the loathing abates.
Alright, that's enough to have an open slot. That's all I need. Also, Victor, you can refill with stress removal. And sure, let's give some stimulants to the highwayman. I'm not sure why, but I'm certain that the highwayman has a prescription for Adderall. I just get that feeling. Ooh, another songbook of Error's Ballads, just in case people really need it. And I think similar to the last episode, I am going to leave the preparation for this, and in fact I think this is like...
now for a time.
Oh, In the Light was incomplete in the end. Rude. Apatoth. Plus 8 speed, but when stress damaged, there's all these negative effects you get. Ballard is the Jinx, though, applies a bunch of different effects to attacker, hemophiliac, and soft. Oof. Oof. Those are not good pickups. We'll try and figure out what we can do with those in the next episode. But similar to the last episode, and I think as a just a point of order of a thing that we'll do going forward, leaving the preparation for the final boss in the final episode makes a lot of sense, because it's like, what am I about to prepare against? Here's my preparation, and then here's the thing I prepared against. For the moment, though, my name's been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon. Top left is a series playlist for all my content in the game, past, present, future, YouTube recommendations down below, streaming files and names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/AbsyPlays. Add above the thank you, and special thanks this episode to someone named Sean. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.